time for the spoilers. Let's start from the very beginning of the movie.
Yes.
From the jump. Well, first of all, I didn't know the movie started because it kind of just happened.
No, like there was no transition from the commercial. We were seriously like, is this still a trailer?
Like everyone was still talking, then like you kind of hear like a murmur, like is this part of the movie?
Yes.
Like, so that was kind of a little bit jarring. Like I wish.
Yeah, they would have like done something. And usually I'm like all against putting like, you know when they like put the names off and take like I'm just mentioning Spider-Man, like they take forever. Those are like web things where it's like every single named person takes like 20 seconds on the screen, so it's like an hour long. Like coming up, like this is what's happening. I cannot stand that. So this one did not have any though, so it's kind of like, it was just freaky.
There's a median or a middle that they didn't reach, but that was bad. And then also, this is the first, from the very beginning, had kind of a negative opinion on this movie because the main girl, what is her name?
Casey. Her real name is
Anya.
Anya.
And Anya did a great job. I am not talking about Anya, I'm talking about Casey. Casey is dumb as hell. Okay, so what happened was, you know, their dad's driving Casey. Casey's like,
standing in the front, and the two girls are staying in the back.
And the two girls are friends. Casey is like this weirdo they're not really friends with, but their dad makes them
interact.
So the dad gets like hit over the head or something. He's laying on the back of the car, and this other guy gets in the car and she notices, and she just looks at him.
Yeah, and then
the girls in the back seat
still don't realize it's him,
and she's just looking at him.
And so she's just looking at him scared, and then he like turns around, or they like notice it's not him.
Yeah, they're like, what are you doing? Let us out.
And so then he sprays them with this like.
But he takes a while. He puts on his mask.
Yeah, he puts on his mask.
Turns around, looks at him,
and sprays them.
And sprays.
This other girl.
He takes off his mask.
Yeah, he's not gonna spray her.
And he just looks at her. She has her door on the handle, and she's just going so slow.
She's going so, and right when it clicks open, it was like ding, ding, ding.
And then she looks at him, and he takes his time. He's seriously like, let me do my nails. Okay. Eyebrows. All right. Put my mask on. He's like, shake, shake, shake. Okay. Make sure it's nozzle. And the whole time she's just like,
yeah, like petrified, like not moving. She could have seriously grabbed the door, and ran out.
She had just so many opportunities.
Yeah, even if she would have just started screaming, maybe someone hurt her because they're in a parking lot.
And if not, you're not in a worse position. He's still got to spray you, but at least that's what you was trying. But so anyway, he gets a spray bottle. He kind of looks at her like, hey, and she's like, hey, and he's like, okay, and then she's like, oh. And I'm like, okay, you know what? And me and the girl next to me, she's like, she's dumb as fuck. She deserves it. I'm like,
yeah,
I didn't say anything. So we bond and we're like, hopefully she's the only one that dies. We didn't get the wish.
She's the only one that didn't die.
She's the only one, major spoiler. The dumb bitch that deserved to die is the only one that didn't die.
Yeah, okay, and so now let's go on to the second thing, and this is another her thing. Go ahead and bring up the
What is it?
Okay, I'll just say it then because you don't remember. It's that he magically carries this damn spray around wherever he goes.
Yeah.
Like
he just whips it out. I'm like,
yeah.
Where'd that come from?
Yeah, like why are you carrying that shit around?
He's like Batman. Is Batman the one that has a tool belt?
Bob the Builder? Can we?
No, not Bob the. There's a superhero that has like gadgets because he's not a real superhero or something. No, I'm pretty sure it's Batman because he has
Batman.
He has the Batmobile and the Bat Belt.
He does not have
Whatever. He's like Batman because he does with his Bat Belt and he's like wham. You can't see my hand. Like, wham.
I'm not either with you. There's no bat belt.
He does. Batman has a utility belt. Okay. Yes, he does. Okay,
no,
if you guys. Yes. Okay, he does.
No, he needs the ability to move with speedy quickness.
Yeah,
he cannot be carrying no belt around on his waist.
He does.
Okay, let's
anyway, moving further into the movie, we get to meet Dr. Fletcher.
Dr. Fletcher.
And this is a you thing.
What was that?
About how involved she seems to be for.
Oh, okay. So let's go into kind of. I have a.
Should we do that at the end?
Well, it kind of this like has to do with what we were gonna say. So we're just gonna tell you. I have this. Well, like we kind of thought it together, but
it was mainly her.
Yeah, and it was about and I was like convinced this was gonna happen. So you know how Barry, Kevin, whatever you want to call it, keeps talking about
the Beast.
The Beast. Well, I thought it was her. Like I thought she had a dissociative identity
that she didn't know about.
Yeah, that she did not know about,
but
and that's why
knew.
she was. Yeah, and that's why she's so obsessed with dissociative identity.
And honestly, that's how it should have happened.
Yeah, I completely agree. Like it would have
been so
bomb.
good.
Like
because if they were like, she's like, because in one scene it's very, she's like, who's the Beast?
Yeah,
and they should have been like, it's you.
Yeah, like and then she like turns. Like that would have been so.
I would have got chills. Like even thinking about, it, I'm like, I should be a movie director. I'm
and
like,
I was seriously like whispering in your ear, like it's gonna happen. Like,
and then it didn't.
And then didn't. And like he's the Beast. Like okay, that is so cliche. Like that's so predictable. Are you?
And
kidding
I
me?
don't get how I identities all know each other.
Yeah, and
how do they not know about him? Yeah, like.
And that's why I was like, they don't know about him, and that's because only the people that have seen her, which is the beast, know about him. Like that is so good.
Because she was so involved and she was very passionate about it. And a lot of psychologists or psychiatrists, whatever, are about their specific thing they're interested in. But hers was just a little bit more than normal. Like she was so invested. And you think she would be connected to it somehow.
The weird part is more about how she thought like that they would be like superhuman almost. Like,
yeah, she was kind of like, they're the key to unlocking supernatural abilities. And I'm like, why?
Like, yeah, where'd that come from? Like, okay, if it's like what she said before, which is that they're just normal humans, several in one body, then how do they have like extra natural abilities?
Exactly. Like I get that in itself is kind of a cool power to have.
Yeah,
people, but
it is. But
you should be normal. It's not like one person can be Superman, one can be Batman. Like just because you have the IED does not mean
like you get like killing.
Because if anything, I don't think schizophrenia is the key to unlocking superpowers. Because I feel like that's just more of a superpower.
I don't get that, but okay.
Really?
Moving on.
Okay, and another thing was, we're just gonna shout out to Miss Patricia. I loved Miss. She was my favorite character. You knew when she was on the screen. She was like, "Honey," and she just looked at you like, "She's so disappointed." Like you knew. And then Hedwig.
Oh yeah, and talk about his dance moves.
Hedwig is me in the club.
For it.
He's like, "Oh yeah, I really like Kanye West. I put it by my window." Which first of all, the window was a drawing. Of a window. He was like, "Open, close, open, close," and it was a drawing of open and close window. But he's like, "Yeah, put it Kanye West wants me to dance," and she's like, "Okay," and he's like. And he's like doing these slow moves. I'm like, literally, that's me at the club. I'm not losing much drink. I'm like, not even moving much. I'm like, so messed up. I'm like, I'm into it. I love Hedwig.
Yeah, Hedwig
so
was really awesome. He was one of my favorites too.
Yeah, Hedwig and Miss Patricia are my favorite characters of the whole movie.
My favorite was weirdly like Barry. He's not in it very much, like at all.
I don't remember Barry. I mean, I remember him. Kevin. No, I remember. Dennis pretending to be Barry.
Yeah, but I just like the thought of like, I guess I like the thought of Barry. Like the thought that he is so protective of the other ones and he's kind of like running it a little bit, but like in a nice way. And I just like his like the idea of him, like how like when he was talking on the screen when she was like trying to get out the door and she was like watching the video.
Oh yeah, I like Barry too. I also like how Hedwig stole that power. Hedwig is like a 9-year-old little boy, and Hedwig's like, yeah, they don't know it, but I get to control who's in a seat. Except for when I'm sleeping.
But honestly, he pissed me off a little bit. Like, I get that he was 9 or whatever. Like,
he was just still. I was not that dumb at 9.
Yeah, I don't think I was that dumb either. Like, you were seriously letting these mean people
who they call the Horde.
Yes,
no,
like,
they never like them.
Like control you. Like, I don't like. What were the other identities doing to Hedwig that made him out of the group? Like, I'm.
Well, Hedwig made a really big mistake, and I think he unleashed one of them by accident, so they were mad at him. But the reason the other two identities were. What did she call them? Like, they were like...
In the light.
They couldn't go in the light.
Yeah, they could not go in the light because Barry controlled it.
Yeah, well, it's because they like to see girls dance naked.
Oh, yeah.
And so I'm like, why did Hedwig not be able to pull off? And he was so easy to manipulate. Like, I think he should have at a younger age, they're gonna make him that susceptible to manipulation. Like, because even, what's her name? Cassie.
Yeah, Casey.
Casey manipulated him too.
Yeah, she did really easily. Like, because she didn't even look like, like when she went in the room, she was so like, but the window wasn't there.
Yeah.
He was like, oh, you liked my dances, didn't you? Like,
and then he was like,
out.
Get out, but she's like, no, show me your secret. He's like, it's this, and he pulls out a walkie-talkie.
Yeah,
like
she can use to communicate to other people.
And then she was doing it, and he was like, oh no.
Yeah, like, what are we gonna do?
Like, why are you talking to other people? Turn it off. And I'm like, what did you think? Anyway, Hedwig, let's just call him 6. In my mind, he was 6. He was a cute little 6-year-old. And he had his own little outfit. He was so cute, but he was like, oh my, I love Kanye West. And I was like, that's adorable. I hate Kanye
Who
West.
lets a 9-year-old watch
really? What parents? Well, I guess he didn't have parents. He's really a grown-ass man. But still, a 9-year-old should not listen to Kanye West.
Yeah, seriously. Going into special effects again, I did not like, what I did not like that the Beast was there at all. Like,
yeah,
to me, and do not make some supernatural something from a movie that is not supposed to be supernatural. Like, we are based in reality. Why is some supernatural being brought into reality? I don't like it.
They took it too far because people with DID can have traits like one person have high cholesterol, but that can be explained by that one person just being, I don't know, I think that's easier to explain than one person having the ability to crawl up a wall.
Yeah, and also the crawling up the wall did not look too great on special effects.
And they explain it in a very scientific way, which I understand, but I don't understand how they have power in them and no one else could do this stuff. And also climbing up the wall, like, and he changed his physical characteristics as well. Like,
yeah, okay, like, that's the other thing I did not like. The V's to me did not look very good, special effects wise. Like, either you go all out or you're not, and you didn't. For saying that you were supposed, like, I feel like you made it seem like you were gonna go all out for. Like, he looked like the normal James McAvoy.
Just like veins.
Yeah, with some veins in his neck. Like,
it was the Beast was unnecessary to me. I feel like the movie would have been better if the Beast trying to be like either miss or.
I think it would be good if it was her and she was just like a serial killer.
Yeah.
Like a sociopath serial killer. Like, I think it would have been just good.
The Beast should have more personality than.
Yeah, than like actual superhero abilities.
Yes.
Superhuman abilities.
Because if you were crazy in his eyes, and I'm like, whoa.
Yeah, and then also he like eats, like it doesn't really exactly show you,
but apparently
he like eats the intestines or something.
And I don't get why.
Okay, one, it didn't look very good in special effects when you see that.
Oh my god, it looked so fake.
Okay, and then what exactly did he eat? Like, then what's still there? So why are you even showing us with her bloody open? Like,
yeah.
So that whole thing is a little bit like confusing.
And then she shot him and the bullets didn't penetrate him, and I'm like,
yeah. And then he's like talking about how like the pure are the unpure.
Oh yeah, and I don't really like that because in my opinion, I think people that have dealt with abuse, it's very sad and it's a very serious thing. It's not to be taken lightly. But to say someone who's dealt with abuse is more pure than someone who hasn't had that, to me is unfair, and it's kind of like taking the mick out of, I feel like, abuse people. I don't really like that whole thing.
Yeah, and here's the thing for me, it really isn't like, I just don't like that word like unpure versus pure. I don't think either one is unpure or pure, because you got like, if you got like sexually abused or something, that's not something that you like chose to. That's not you being unpure. Like, that has nothing to do with being pure or not pure.
And that's not you being pure, because who would choose that? Like, why? Like, no child, because she was young, would choose that.
So that's not her being unpure by any means. So
or her being pure, because he said she was pure. He said the unpure is the pure.
Yeah, no, so I just don't like, I don't like the use of that word, period.
I don't like they kind of exploited abuse and made it seem like it was something like good.
Yeah, and then also I don't like that. Yeah, it's like, okay, not to be like a basic girl right here, but I just don't like the fact that to survive him, you had to have been hurt some way. Like, I'm sorry that I haven't been. Like, do I deserve to die?
And also, okay, this whole show is a psychological horror, and it's talking about a psychological illness. But yet he's saying physical scars are all that matter. So if this whole movie is based on the premise that mental illness is serious, why are physical scars worse than mental scars? Yeah,
because the only way he knew that she had been raped
and
by seeing her
scars. Yeah.
Which is like, okay, so if I was raped and you couldn't see a scar, I'm just gonna die.
Or even if you're not raped, what if you were mentally abused, or if you had a mental thing? Like, just because you can't see it
doesn't mean it's not there.
And just because you can see it, like, honestly, we know what happened to her, but those wounds could have been. She's really into hiking and she fell. So since I have a scar on me, I get to live, and no one else. Like, yeah, I didn't like. They should not have mentioned that. Should not have played with that at all, because they didn't make it serious enough to take it seriously, and they didn't make it funny enough to make it funny. They kind of did this awkward middle thing. Overall, it really was a good movie. I really liked they brought light to DID and let that be shown. Having a horror based off psychology and not supernatural, I think was really. They could have ran with it. They did it, but it was still good.
I really liked. Okay, so now that we're in the spoilers, I can say this. I love how all the dissociative identities interacted together. How they're like in a room, kind of like sitting in chairs
and just waiting.
And how they like go into the light, and how Barry had like control and Hedwig had control. Like,
they made that more positive than they're trapped and they're trying to escape to the light versus. You know, they're in a room with each other, they can see each other, and they just each get time in the light. They made it a positive spin that I love.
Yeah, and they also made it kind of seem more like they all work together to choose who's in the light.
Yes, and just protect Kevin. Because Kevin's the main guy.
Yeah, and kind of like they get to choose within the light what time. So if everyone wants to be in the light, they have their turn, you know? Obviously not the two people that are bad, but like everyone else, like if Jade wants to turn the light, she can, because they talk about it kind of. Mm. Whereas like, yeah, like when you think about the idea, I just don't think that's how you think of it. Like, it's kind of like forced from someone to someone else, you know? They don't really like get to control it.
Yeah. Like, so it's kind of like they have no idea who's gonna pop up. But this one's like, and I also like how saying his full name brought all the identities together, which released Kevin. Because I like that they made a point to say like all the personalities are that one person. You know, like I just like that. So that was really cool. Oh, before we leave, because we're about to end this, another part what pissed me off was when she said his name and he's like, shoot me. She's like, I don't think I will right now. And then the guy comes back, and then she's like, where's that going? Where'd it go? And I'm like, honest, I would have liked the movie better if everyone died. Only because she's the one that lived. She was so dumb. But the movie was good. It was, I don't regret seeing it. I wouldn't see it again, but it was pretty overall.
Yeah, it was good.
So
thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe and tell your friends because we need more subscribers because we want friends.
Okay, bye.
Bye.